coffee.
Coffee, it's only words, and words are all I have to take your heart away.
Oh, that's a perfect song, Cindy.
We're going to talk about words today. I got my Nana Banana cup again.
Yeah.
There's my banana. And I have on my BNOW t-shirt.
I love it. It's
I'm
beautiful.
such a BNOW rah-rah.
Well, this is Cindy
BNOW.
Jordan. I'm Jeannie King,
BNOW.
and we are bringing you our ongoing BNOW coffee chat. We are covering such interesting stuff and having fun, Cindy.
Yeah.
You know, for years we've been saying when we get on the phone, and I mean, honest to God, it's just like, we're just like in it. And then one of us will go, oh, we should be recording this.
Yeah, exactly.
It only took us 5 years to discover that we should actually be recording it.
Right. So we need to tell people before we start recording, what we do is we say, what are we going to talk about? So Jeannie was saying, let's talk about the power of words. So I like to open up with just a little song, a little musical thing. And this is our new format. And we're glad that you're here.
Yes.
Make sure you like and subscribe us, because we're trying to figure out how all of that stuff works. But we know if you like and subscribe us, that more people will come and see our coffees. All right.
And leave us some comments.
Yeah, we like comments.
You know,
yeah.
We love feedback.
Yes.
We do.
Yeah. So we're doing this for you, because we do this for ourselves every day, but we're doing this for you.
We just know that there are so many people who are enjoying this.
Yes.
And, you know, I had someone say that she was driving to East Texas and was listening, you know, because it was just, and it was like, wow, that's great. So that is great. So, you know, we were talking earlier, and over the years, we've talked, Cindy, about the power of the spoken word.
Oh, gosh, yes. Oh, gosh, yes.
It is so powerful.
It is, and people need to know this.
Yeah. Well, and we say things that are just such throwaway lines, and we're not even aware. It's kind of like, you know, when people say they find some, or they see a beautiful, you know, place or whatever, or, you know, travel, and they're like, that is just incredible. You know, it's unbelievable. Well, think about incredible means not credible.
Oh.
Unbelievable means I can't believe it. And underlying all of that is it's too good to be true.
Oh.
So my go-to, and believe me, I finally, you know, arrived at this, you know, a couple of years ago.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't think that, but that's what the message is. But what I say is, it's extraordinary. Extra.
Yeah, you use that word a lot. Yes, you do.
Extraordinary. I don't use unbelievable. I don't use incredible, because I know the power of words. Right. In fact, it's funny that somebody had said one time that words use spelling, and spelling is like casting spells.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
You know another word you use? Seriously.
Seriously. It's because I have to remember to be serious.
Seriously. You use that word a lot, Jeannie, because you're talking about something that's just so out of a place of understanding that makes sense, and you say, seriously, Cindy.
Seriously, Cindy. It's because you're a little goofball, and I love that about you. You keep things light and happy.
I don't want to be anything else. I like this goofballism.
Yeah, my closet physicist mode.
Which, by the way, everyone, this is why Jeannie and I do well together, because she keeps things straight on path. And I'm going, wee, da, boo, do.
Squirrel, shiny. We get back here to the subject, please.
Okay. So what were we talking about? Words. Words have power. Okay, here we are. Whoa, okay.
They do have. Well, and even in the book of Job, it says, you shall decree a thing, and it will be done unto you, and light will shine upon all your ways. And you're like, okay. So what you say and what you send out into this creative soup is already in the process of manifesting for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I used to have this bullshit story. I'm sorry, bullshit is actually a spiritual term in Texas.
Bullshit. Bullshit. We'll call it bullshit. That's bullshit.
Right. But I used to say, like, I was I wanted to write a book. Well, I've now written 3 books, but at that time I hadn't, but my little mantra was, I just don't have time. I just don't have time. I just don't have time. And so anyhow, somebody that I was dating at that time had just busted me on it. And he went, that's nonsense. It's like, of course I had to defend my position, but finally I just gave it up and started saying, I do have time. And I used some other tools, but what are we saying over and over and over?
The easy slip out. Exactly. Yeah. And by saying that, then for anything, you still said it, even though it was a way for you to get out of something. And like you said, then
I created not enough time.
And it's interesting that you would say that. Why can't we say, I don't want to?
Right.
Why can't we just say that? I don't want to. I actually have a brother who actually would say something like that. Instead of I don't have time, or gee, I don't know if I'm qualified, whatever question, whatever that
all nonsense.
Yeah, just say, I really don't want to. It doesn't fit in my chi. It's just not me.
Well, and it's so interesting because I'm a big proponent of the works of Abraham Hicks. And Abraham Hicks says that anytime you justify something, you have to quantify it and justify it. It sucks all the life out of everything.
Yes, it does.
So, it's just so important. So what is it that we're saying on a daily basis? I try not to hang around these people, Cindy, but you and I have both heard people going, oh my God, it's all downhill after 50. And, life is hard, dog eat dog world, all of this nonsense. I know it's all stinky stuff, but they say it and they're not even aware of this. It's like, oh my God, I'm just getting so old. And
that right there. I hear kids in their 30s say stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I always respond with, well, I'm sure glad I'm not getting old. I always say that to people when they do that.
Well, here's another great response to somebody to kind of wake them up. If somebody says something like, oh, well, it's all downhill after 30 or something. What my little stock phrase is, if you say so.
If you say,
if you say so.
You say so.
Yeah.
But you're right. You're exactly right. And if you can call people down on it in a loving way, like what you say, if you say so,
if you say so.
Gee, I'm glad that's not my reality.
I always say, I love hanging out with you old people. But it's really interesting, and I have a little story about this. Is years ago in the 90s, I lived where you live now
in San Angelo.
Yeah, and I worked in broadcast, and I did some seminars at that time. RK surgery was all the thing before LASIK came in, and so my doctor, he said, if you'll do these seminars to help me present it, I'll do your eyes for free. And I've always been real nearsighted. And, I used to joke that, I need a cup of pencils and a dog, so I was so blind. But anyhow, so he did all of my refractions and stuff. And he said, how old are you? And I said, 28. Well, he knew that I had an 18-year-old son. And so he was like, yeah, I don't think so. And I said, why do you need to know? Well, he was serious, and he was like, well, because we have these scientific charts and graphs, and people who are older and younger, they heal at different rates, and the younger ones heal faster, and so we have to use this, and the older ones. And I said, okay, look, I will tell you how many trips around the sun I've taken. But before I do, I just want to give you my theory on age. So I give it, and I mean, I could just see him rolling his eyes like, Jesus, this lady is crazy. So I said, I've always said I was 28. My body thinks I'm 28. I think that we can direct the cells in our body, that level of whatever. So anyhow, he was like, yeah, whatever. So he did the surgery. And 2 weeks after that, I had been coming back for follow-ups, and he said, Jeannie, we have a problem. I said, what kind of problem? He said, you are healing way too fast. You're healing like someone in their 20s. I went,
oh my gosh.
Told you.
Oh my gosh.
He had to go back the next month, redo my surgery using the chart that said I'm 28. I have scientific proof that my body thinks I'm 28.
That is an amazing story.
That's extraordinary.
That's a wonderful. It's funny you were saying that we were talking about young people saying old.
Uh-huh.
I had somebody this weekend, and she was saying, we're going to get pregnant this summer. Planning on trying to get pregnant this summer. And she says, I'll be 35 then. And, I need to get this. If I'm going to do it, I need to do it. And I said, well, just be prepared, because when you go in there, they're going to say that you're a geriatric pregnancy. She said, what? And I said, yeah, 35 is, how do I know? Because our daughter, that's what she couldn't get over, that they were calling her a geriatric pregnancy.
And I've known women in their 40s and even 50s that get pregnant.
Yeah.
So
it's supposed
to decide what you want to believe.
Right.
Just pick an age that you like and stick with it.
Truly. Man, I love that story about your eye surgery and the doctor. Isn't that funny? Because the most people, and we've seen this of late, without mentioning what's been happening, but we've seen this at late, they do what their doctor tells them, and they follow what their doctor says, and they believe what their doctor says is good for them. Mm-hmm. And no, and they, or they'll say, and they've proven this kind of thing too, where people were diagnosed with cancer that didn't have it, but after they were diagnosed, got it.
Mm-hmm. And died from it. Yeah.
And died from it. Also, right. We've seen the opposite, like what you were talking about, where people go in and they say, oh, you've got cancer. And they go home and say, no, I don't. And they change their mindset. They drink water. They do lemon peels. They get their families to pray for them. They go back. This is
no cancer.
Your cancer is gone.
Yeah.
And when you understand that is real, then your life gets really, really good. But if you want
this goes back to our timelines thing that we were
talking about last
week.
The timelines.
The timelines. Choose a timeline in which you don't have cancer. Choose a timeline where you are pregnant.
When you aren't. Exactly. Yeah. And that it goes to show how powerful words are when your doctor is telling you that you're this or that. Actually, I know several people that are going through that type of thing right now, but we believe it. And you don't have to believe what they tell you. No. Oh, what I was going to say is to get halfway there. That's what I was going to say is when so somebody tells you, okay, you have cancer. And then
if you say so.
Yeah. And then, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to heal myself. Why? Because I've heard that people have done this. Okay. So, but you're not really sure if it works or not. Just pretend. If
your finger can heal from a cut, your body can heal from cancer.
Exactly. So if you pretend, we know that the subconscious doesn't know the difference.
Right. In the end result that you want.
And it's the end result. So the subconscious doesn't know what's real or not real. But the subconscious will react to whatever you believe is real. And that's what's important. So even if you are saying a mantra, I'm well, I am perfectly well, I am perfectly healthy, that is opposite to a diagnosis that you've got, Just keep saying the mantra. Just keep saying it until
Get into that.
you believe it.
Can I sing my little healthy body song?
Of course.
So I teach people this, and it goes to the tune of shortening bread.
Okay.
Every little cell in my body is healthy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is healthy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell of my body is healthy and well. I'm so glad every little cell of my body is healthy and well. Why not? Why not sing it and get into the joy?
I loved it.
Drink some coffee to that.
Cheers to that. What's in your coffee cup?
Nothing fun, nothing exciting.
Me too. Oh, well,
Yeah.
we can pretend.
Well, another wonderful talk with you, Cindy. I'm so glad we're doing these talks. I think that, not only do we have fun, I think that we are helping to open our own awareness and open the awareness of other people. So my thing to everyone is, if you're listening to this and you are enjoying this, please share. You can take the little link, share it with your friends, share it with your family, put it on your social media.
Subscribe, and you get
subscribe and like, share, and and just make it a point to join us and to let other people join in the conversation. Because once, in fact, my husband was saying, "Are you going live with these things?" And I went, "Not yet. We're still in the first couple of weeks of doing this." But I said, "We will do that."
Absolutely. Well, we want to create a community. That's what BNOW is. Yeah. BNOW is the beautiful network of women networking out to other women and creating a community of women who know that we can heal the world with love.
And these talks on this coffee talk is not just for women. You can invite your husbands, your brothers, your sons. Yeah.
Invite them into the women.
Into the conversation.
Yes.
Into the conversation. Well, I love you, my friend. Thank you again.
Namaste.
And
love you all.
We'll talk again next week.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Love you big.
I love you. Bye-bye.